Hello and welcome traders to this new Bitcoin technical, order flow and fundamental analysis video. You see all three angles will be covered today. So Bitcoin is pretty much range bound, so I have plenty of time to make this new video. I would like to check Bitcoin on higher to medium time frames. So what we can expect, what scenarios you should look, where are good reward ratio areas for longs, for shorts. We can have a look on intraday setups with Orderflow, what is actually Orderflow telling us here. And at the beginning of the video, I'll be talking a few minutes about fundamentals, so I can tell you my view on Bitcoin for the upcoming weeks, because I think we are about to slow down on Bitcoin in terms of volumes, potentially, and be more choppy. I will give you some reasons for that. Also, at the start of the video, I will go over trades, because in my last video, you remember, you should really turn that video on first and then watch this video, because I'll be talking, this is going to be followed through about this trade. We were, I think, somewhere here when I was making that video, and then we did massive pump. So I'll be explaining you this trade as well. And in the second portion of the video, we can have a look on Bitcoin with our Orderflow tools as well. So let's start. So first of all, a bit of fundamentals. If you are not familiar with Arthur Hayes, I recommend reading his articles, especially past two articles. Like his previous article was more about macro, and recently he was releasing another article, which is called The Genie. And I really like the guy. I'm watching him for a few years, and he's definitely helping with my macro situation to be clear. And to be like, if we can summarize this article, he's basically saying the reason why we moved from 68,000 to 110,000 on Bitcoin post-Trump victory was very simple, because all market participants were expecting Trump will deliver all his bullish remarks he had on Bitcoin. He was promising us Bitcoin reserves, extremely supportive market policy for crypto, yes. But he is actually like Trump. There was fresh news conference just 2 days ago, and Trump didn't deliver on that conference. Like his people were saying, we are exploring Bitcoin reserves. If Trump wants to do something, he's gonna do it. Like in few days, he can sign executive order and he can make things happen very fast. If Trump is saying he's preparing exploring themes, it means it's gonna be very much delayed, and he's actually not even sure he wants to push it. So, and Bitcoin, in my opinion, is trading with premium. When we go to 1 hour chart, yes, I would call this as a Trump premium and Bitcoin strategic reserves premium. And there is a high risk. If Bitcoin reserves are not delivered, we can actually see deeper pullbacks on Bitcoin, because market participants will be disappointed. And also, in my opinion, if situation in the world gets more dire, we get some kind of maybe more tariff wars and equities will start crashing and so on, my expectation on Bitcoin will be we should be really giving up the Trump pump. Yes, this is the hot money. This is, I don't want to call them dump money, but this is the most hot money, and also the weak market participants. This is like quick cash money. So in the end, if we get equities performing badly, we've got some kind of crisis or something, Bitcoin really should lose this range here. And once we start losing the last signs of support, which is 90k, 88,000, 95,000, those three key areas, and you really open road to do this pullback, to fill the inefficiency and to retest previous range. And once we will be retesting this previous range, we will get informations if market wants to stay in bull market or not. Because in bull markets, you will be holding this big market structure for retest and push. But in beginning of the bear markets, you will get acceptance into this range and you will rotate it. So we will see. So bear that in mind. And also, in my opinion, we can be like, we already look at that. So volumes are declining heavily. Price action is also slowing down. So it's possible. Maybe I will be wrong, but in my opinion, we might be slowing down on Bitcoin for next few weeks. These are results not just from estimates, but also open interest is still pretty low. 30-minute time frame. We'll look at that. If we zoom out, we can go even higher. So you see market participants are exiting market still, like even on this drop to 90,000, massive open interest decrease, and it's still decreasing on also on coin major contracts. There is a bit of local intraday increase on stable coins, but you know, it's still not good. It's like very low. So that's the thing, you know, if you have low open interest build up, volatility is declining, the volumes are declining for Bitcoin. So that's not good. So yes, I think we will be slowing down. Maybe the volumes will be low. We might be very choppy on higher time frames. Yes, a lot of chop, very likely, like this low and this high. We can be in range for here for some time. And yes, we will definitely accelerate once we hit some liquidity nodes which are waiting. But for now, yeah, it's going to be more boring market. If you are day trader and swing trader, we can clearly see there is not much opportunities during London and Asia. So your focus should be again back into New York session. New York session, this was we've got some extreme conditions because we've got a lot of news in the world. So outside of the New York session, we had a lot of trading opportunities. But I think again we are returning to the mode when New York session matters for Bitcoin, and that's about it. When Bitcoin loses the own catalysts, you know, it tends to slow down, and some catalysts were lost. Yes, so we will see how it goes. So that's a bit about fundamentals. Now let's go to trades. So in my last video, you remember, I don't cover all trades here. This is section mainly for good, like the main day trades and swings, because I also take some more intraday setups. But these trades are massive winners to the accounts. Like the short here was over like 13%, and push to the upside was 13%. So 26%. I actually added to accounts over 20% with these two trades. So this range here is joke for me. Of course, I can add few more percents, but yes, this is like congested volatility. You really need to be patient here with the good areas. I will be showing you a bit later. So in my last video, I was long somewhere here. I was telling you if Trump doesn't sign deals with Canada or Mexico, we will be crashing on Bitcoin, further down also on the equities. But you know, Trump is old fox. He is playing games. You know, he in the end like made deals with the Mexico and Canada, and you see Bitcoin was falling all weekend to the downside on this bad news, and this was weekend drop also. So for the Bitcoin, the most easiest thing, if you are long here and you've got good news, and you know market was falling mainly on this bad news, if you are reversing news 100% completely, then it's very much expected you will be also reversing back to when weekend was ending and when you've created the CME gap. So for me, I've got the take profit one here, of course. Once we've got the good news, I was adding to my entry. This was the good news when the first deal was done with Mexico, and later on Canada followed, which I said our traders, we will be then, you know, completing the move fully from the weekend. So this was my approach to this. You can be adding to trades. If you are trading on traditional traditional exchanges, the adding is easy because you have only one position and you just average out somewhere else. But yes, if you have a funded account on other brokers, you need really new position to actually add. So if my position was here, I try to add to my position. So I lift myself into this region to 93,000. So I lift myself 1,000, but I got extra exposure. Plus I was also intraday on scalper account. I was also longing with the news. So I was having immediate 1-3% rewards here. Stop loss, of course, you could be putting inside this low, below this low. In such trades, you can be pretty tight. So I've got the double exposure here, but you see the pump here. So if I turn off trades now, you see what we did, and this was expected, right? I'll be showing you why we actually found resistance here. So no matter how like what type of a trader you are, I still want to show you the management of this trade, because you are facing here local and medium time frame resistance. I didn't got the short here, so I missed few trades in these regions, but it's okay. Again, after 26% after 26% moves and 20% in my pocket, it was not as much important, because take profit was important, because I would lose almost 50%, over 50% of my gains if I would not take profit here. So I just want to show you the CME gap close. CME gap over here. This was perfect. Yes, so you see you are falling down heavily over the weekend, and now look at that. So one of the reasons for that this trade take profit was to close weekend inefficiency. This is the most easiest thing market does. It closes weekends many times. You can see that here as well. Look at that again, another news event, and eventually we've closed this. Yes, so sooner or later this is closed. During weekend you are missing institutional market participants and also big exchanges and so on. Only retail is playing, and a lot of traders are not even trading weekend, so it's just not enough volumes. Yeah, it's not like I don't consider it a real move, we can say, and it's easily recovered. And we will be jumping into the technical analysis, so you see how big resistance we were actually facing here from local to medium time frames. So you cannot be, you could be greedy only in one scenario, which I will show very afterwards. So we can be starting with technical analysis first, so we can see how we are standing with Bitcoin, and then I will be showing you, we can also go over trade areas, where is your opportunity areas to the upside, to the downside, so you understand this. So we should be really starting with market structure, so it's gonna bring you clarity, so you can see the supply and resistance nodes. For me, so first of all, you are facing, this is pretty old market structure, used to be our 6th of January high. So on the push to the upside, you are facing this resistance. Okay, so this was first reason you will be looking for take profit to in this area if you were long here, because this was immediate expectation for this trade. I was explaining in previous video where immediate swing exposure. So you are not closing after first 2,000-3,000 moves. Yes, you let it run. You let it run into the proper resistance. Now market is failing with one important thing. This is the most important market structure for me for the past 2 months, because you know this was when we were pushing out of the Trump pump. This was the first big pullback of 8%, and is also very close to 100k. Like for me, I know this is psychological resistance. Many people are distributing profits here, they are selling, and also some people are trying to use it as a support. You can see how many times in the past, in the future. It is, this market structure for me is like a green light. So green light to the upside and red light, green light to the downside as well. So when you are trading above this market structure, you have all road open to the upside. Now we are trying to flip it into resistance again. So you know, it's not ideal. What you wanted to do, for example, if you wanted to see a pretty strong market here, you needed to do like exactly what you did here. Yes, range in this market structure, but change market structure to the upside and continue up, flip it into support. But instead you did opposite. Yes, so you are actually, it's like opposite scenario. So you are trying to range, but you lost it, and now you are rejecting once, 2, 3 times. So it's not ideal. Yeah, you are trying to resist this. So for now it's not happening as we wanted to see, but maybe later we will flip it. But for now we trade below, so it's more open. Market is more open to again rotate range to the downsides for these 2 equal lows. Let's go back to 30-minute time frame. You see on the drop we are still hitting, we've got multiple market structures. Look where they were born. They were born more than 2 months ago from these previous ranges. So all these market structure market is using to load up on Bitcoin. 90k region, like 90 to 92k is still massive support, and the market is loading up so much each time we retest. This time you were also retesting more fresh market structure, which was starting here. Yes, it was showing me very clear support, so it was, yes, we also reclaim here, so that another retest, that's why we stopped here. It was more naked. So market super technical. So again, very simple. You trade below, but your bias is more to the downside. You start to reclaim this as a support. You are opening road for more to the upside. It's like literally dividing range and dividing bias for you. Okay, this. Let's go to local AMT, which is giving us more clarity for for intraday setups. Another thing which you wanted to see. So 30-minute time frame is better here. So again, for this long, you were waiting for big targets to be hit. You were reclaiming. So on the push, you've got almost no reaction at 1 month mark. So market was clearly telling you it's leaving this range, and it's gonna revisit other range. So first we've got acceptance into this range here. Look at that. It was for how long? 27th of January till like five days range. You push to the, by the way, I can also Exocharts. I need to load the Exocharts already because I want to show you a few things there as well. I just need to load the windows. So here, all the windows can for now load up before during my talk. Good. So yes, you were getting acceptance into this more local range as well, friendly visit, but you see where you are stopping. So you are again at local resistance. Local resistance, another reason for take profit on that big swing trade is also high volume node. Point of control was holding you, and you will see on Exocharts the TPOC was holding even better. Sometimes you combine volume and TPOCs together, so you are getting like area. And also another big warning sign, like this was probably the biggest warning sign, and also why market rejected here. So you look at that. So you've got two, like this is where market was consolidating for 2 weeks. So this is the primary pool. If you want to actually show us, like Bitcoin wants to show you much more strength, it's gonna accept into this range. While we failed, yes, look at that. So 2 weeks, while here we've spent there only how many? Like only few hours there, and you fail. Like what you wanted to see from Bitcoin was to create local range here, but flip 2 weeks val into support range, then do this backtest maybe, and then you start rotating. Only then you will be more greedy on your long further, okay? Because you will be like, your next targets would be these highs here. But if you don't get swing failure pattern on this high, then you have almost very little resistance here. This was very impulsive move to the downside on high volumes. I mean, on like overall there is no volume build up, but there was high selling delta. So you can recover this very fast, and you can actually finish, like you can focus, because 2 weeks POC is still decent resistance here. You can be getting another reaction from there, or you will be completing range rotation to VAH. But this scenario didn't happen. Look at instead what we've got. We've lost 2 weeks val and we started declining. You've lost this low as well, like last local support, and you continue down. The move down was also accomplished from, because some people were really patient here. They were waiting, do we get acceptance and we do this first scenario or not? They saw we are failing. So a lot of market participants who were long in this, like from 92, 91 and 93K, they started big profit taking in this drop. You saw that also on open interest declines. This was pure profit taking declines. So yes, this is also correct approach. I was not waiting for this. I got mechanical take profit too on the trade here. But another approach to your trades, you can be more patient and wait for sign of weakness, only take profit when this scenario fell, for example. Okay, so I hope this was useful. Let's have a look more locally. So I still need to extend a bit of pull, so we need this one and we need this one. So you see what we are doing locally. If you want to trade Bitcoin past few days, I mean since Tuesday, you are just focusing on these range rotations. You are lurking here. I was giving our traders, I don't need to show you the pose, our traders know, but I told our traders, my first alert, yesterday I said that, my first alert is here. It is low for the swing failure pattern and liquidity grab. We actually never got swing failure pattern, we only retested the low over here. I can show you the reason why. The reason was coming from spot markets. They didn't let, actually, like someone was absorbing hundreds of millions. Look at that. So if we zoom in, this is 1 minute time frame. Market is approaching into the first area of my interest. I also have trade area below which we were monitoring, but I was expecting we get swing failure pattern. Instead, we've got equal lows. This is also possible to trade, but you know, you were lacking EPA reversal as well, so you really needed like maybe smaller exposure and very tight stop loss. What was happening here? Someone was selling on Binance over 200 million on spot market. Look at that, so huge. Like this is if someone is not absorbing such selling pressure in the world, you can easily crash few $1,000s. But someone was absorbing all this selling pressure on Binance. 200 million sold on spot, and we managed to fall only from 97 700s to just $1,000. We usually get like 2-3k in such massive selling. Okay, so like for example here, look at that, how little selling was needed to push us from 1,500s down to 96. So no, like there were empty order books and very little absorptions. This is extremely different scenario. You have huge seller, and he's actually even unable to take the low. So this is very bullish CVD on spot markets. Someone absorbing, and then you started buying, and they were lifting the market. So you've got the big bull CVD on spot market. This was one of the confluences for this low to be taken. We also had swing failure pattern here. I was showing in the group already. I can show you actually in handline section, why not? So because I was doing analysis for that, because I missed that trade, but I did analysis for that trade. We have two helpline sections. Oh, it's over here, yeah. So you also could be in short from here and long from the lows locally, and literally play the range. This high was pretty cool because you were hitting naked point of control. You were doing you are getting selling tail, so you are getting strong high visual swing failure pattern, and you, like on local order flow, that was what mattered here. You were also trapping pretty big longs into the highs, and also leading into the move, you are getting also you also have pretty large long exposure on Bybit and Binance. So as soon as market starts to go for swing failure pattern and start rejecting, you will be having like these longs who were longing with expectation of breakout, they will be closing down positions. As they are long, they need to close, so it means they are selling on the market. You see open interest is declining, long positions are declining, these people are getting wrecked, and you are rotating local range. So what is really fantastic, you can be long from here and short from here, and literally just playing the local range. So you are getting those opportunities, but I am totally avoiding trading these small chops, as I don't need to scalp anymore much. So I focus on intraday and swing trades. I only scalp mainly during your session on where we have high volatility, when indicators are showing me high volatilities in, and then I can get my easy 1% in a few minutes, or 2%, 2-3%. Yes, that's for sure fine. So yes, you see massive absorptions here. That was the primary reason we stopped here. And you can see people who were longing here since past 12 hours now taking some profits at the highs. Again, we approached this high, and it was no swing failure pattern and just minor volume increase. So you are now having two equal lows here and here. You literally need to wait now for market to fix either this one or either this one with swing failure pattern, or you will get breakdown. So, and the market is still downtrending. You can see how downtrend look like. So previous range, point of control, and high volume node is acting as a resistance. So look at that. Yes, so you are still, if you really want to see upside, you just need to breach this area, reclaim it, and do this small range rotation. Then you can open roll up. But market is not doing that. Market is still rejecting here. So it's like textbook downtrend for now, with local consolidation in here. Yeah, so this is going to be decisive point. So that's from local. Also, if you go down, so we can go to 1 hour time frame. Let's go save and refresh. So this was very local AMT. We still need to reclaim this high for much higher moves to the upside, and to the downside we've got this. So this was big crash on Bitcoin on news events. We've traded a lot of volumes here, so this is going to be another potential support area, this smaller range here. We can go, so high volume nodes I can show you. So this was low volume node was, you see, by the way, we've got the low volume node, it was filled. This one I can hide. We've created very little support, market filled almost 90% of it. So when you were, for example, short in here, or you are waiting for longs, you are waiting this low volume node to be filled at least, so you start looking for positions. Now it's gonna be deleted because it's sorted out. Still have to naked the high volume nodes here with point of controls. Is this low volume node filled? Almost. You can just adjust like this. Then you have another big one. Just want to show you these high volume nodes also on the pullbacks. Look at that. So these two high volume nodes are still acting as a main support. Why they are giving you so many bounces and so big reactions is very simple, because you haven't weakened them as well. Like you haven't done this. So you come here and you start to create new range here, you are getting immediate reactions. Market is not spending much time there, and he's also telling you this is not fair price for Bitcoin. We just win, like buyers are super aggressive here, yeah, in this area. So this is crazy. Yeah. It's one of the strongest supports we saw on Bitcoin for the past few months. This is like really cool when you are longing the bottom of the range, but the problem comes when Bitcoin actually loses this box. When this box is lost, I will be showing you how much liquidity we have here. It's few billions literally. So if this box is lost, goodbye. We go for much deeper pullback. So you long resistance and you long it until it's resistance. But once it's lost, you are literally defensive and you wait for this 85k at least. AMT from high time frames. Oops. This is like medium to high time frame. We can hide these breakout sections. So for swing traders, this is number one thing to watch because we are doing rotations of these ranges. So look at that. So when you are getting along here, of course, you're like once you reclaim POC and high volume node, I'm just showing you how you differently think from this local to high, like you combine the thinking process. You were hitting the secondary 2-month VAC here, so you've completed a rotation. Like you also when you move down, yeah, from the Trump news all weekend, you this is the thing. Like with AMT rotations, you can bounce further on profit taking. And if I was saying our traders, if I would be banished to a lone island, to a deserted island, and I can take only 3 trading strategies with me, then number one trading strategy will be AMT, exactly because of this, yes, because it's getting so much respect. Not only on Bitcoin, I use AMT on many assets which I'm building hodl portfolios on stocks and on alts. You can use it and on anything because this is how market operates fundamentally. So big rotations, of course, your opportunity is increasing here. You're longing, now you are taking major take profit too. So another reason you saw local resistances here. Plus, this is medium to high time frame resistance again. Take profit area. It's like box, yeah. So you don't get front run. This is box. You're getting nice profits. And if we want to really see like breakout from Bitcoin to the all-time highs, then of course we will need to reclaim this box, or we will need to lose this box. But really, if we start losing this box now, and we know there is so much liquidity below, it's gonna be crazy move to the downside. That's my prediction. Unless we see hundreds of millions in the order book stopping the fall. This is also possible because they stop the fall again here. So of course these people are running the show. If they empty order books and they let the Bitcoin fall, then we will get a fall. It's that simple. Because there will be 2-month volume escaping. Like you've got so many longs here and they will have empty order books and they will have nothing to escape to. So it's all about this. So from this medium time frame, you are now in the middle of the range. So if you just think about it, like if you take trade here, it's 50-50 to the upside, to the downside without any thinking. Do you want to take trades there? Well, you should already be in short from here and long from here. Locally, you can be in long from short from the top, long from the bottom. But if you want to really improve your reward ratios, then we've got the trade area here. Yeah, so market goes for high, low, and to the upside, bounce to the upside, or you will have box here. Yes, I think is also here. So you are waiting. If you are day trader, swing trader, you also wait for the much better reward ratio areas. This is middle of the range, so you are getting chopped here as well. So this is place where if you try to hold trade for longer, you will be taken out very likely. Doesn't matter if it's short or long. So this is showing you patience now. You need to be really patient. If you like, you can be, yes, you just need to be patient. You don't need to take every single trade. High volume nodes also are bringing more clarity here again. So you see, again, same high volume nodes. Market is like is spending a lot of time here in this high volume node. That's why we like, if you know you are in 2-month main high volume node, you also know there is pretty high likely you will get local range here. So if we zoom in, this is what is creating the local range. Look at that. Is this coincidence? No, it is not coincidence. It's precise. So you can be trading that while market holds this. Yes. And also decisive move, once you start losing this high volume node, is gonna open road for downside and to the upside. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. Anchor VWAPs, 50-minute time frame. So another problem here, when you were pushing from 91k, you were also hitting resistance band from anchor VWAPs. This was very strong resistance for me. This is also why I was taking profit too now on that long. So this is the latest move from 90k, had all anchor VWAP, and once you start really like rotating this full impulse to the downside, you really can watch such anchor VWAPs on backtest because they usually offer resistance on a first touch. You can view it as all the people who are long, yes, in this impulse, they are now trying to escape with minor losses, with small loss or zero loss, and they will be acting as a resistance, yes, once on the first touch. I think I will be deleting this because the first touch is the most important for me. And especially because you were holding more in these upper regions, that's perfectly fine, but only now you put all of these people into danger who are longing. So on immediate retest of the anchor VWAP is resistance, plus you can view this as an area. You can view this as an area, and you've got another 2 anchor VWAPs here. These are now, one is tracking selling volume from all-time highs, and this is also from secondary highs, so it's more of a downtrend VWAP plus some ranges with the bias to the downside. This was secondary high, so this box is also resistance. Do you want to see more upside? Sure, but you need to reclaim this area. Like if you don't, it's profit target and it's a short area for you. To the downside, so let's go. So this anchor VWAP starts to be choppy. By the way, this is also how you destroy and defeat downtrends. So we've got anchor VWAP from the most recent drop on the news, on the tariffs and so on. This was the most, this was important flip for you. And what you wanted to see is to flip this ideally and start doing this, yes, or just retest. But for now we are starting to be super choppy there, and you lost the advantage. You've got that high probability retest reaction, but now I can be deleting that because it's no longer giving me any advantage to watch this, because this market is super choppy there. But you also watch VWAP from 91k low. This was really great when you were on 5-minute time frame. Let me, which one is it? Is it first? Yes, it is first. I can hide everyone. So this is the view when we were bottoming at lows. If you missed first entries, like, one thing about VWAPs, they need to create a bit of volume, and then you need to make distance, and then you can be trading that retest. So those who missed the lows, they had another chance before Trump news reversed tariffs to be in with this anchor VWAP with the correct exposure to the trend. Yes. Now we see what is happening. It's pretty choppy, so we are losing advantage of this anchor VWAP. It was not getting reaction here, super choppy. So it's more of a you don't trade directly now because it's so choppy market, but you are using it as a bias. You try to stay above, great. You are losing it, and you will be rotating this lower range and potentially putting these people in danger. So, and further from anchor VWAPs from higher time frames, we can see these bands are still stopping us. They are very powerful anchor VWAPs which started these uptrends, yes, since elections, post-elections. This one now gave us trade. So I told you, we've got when we pushed here, we've got 5 anchor VWAPs here. Each one was naked. I told you every single one is very likely give us reaction. So this one, and now this one got front run. So market is telling me is watching it. Where is it from? It's from here. It's from 2nd of October. So it's measuring not exact low, but also the range. So another potential, another strong reaction from the lows with it. Then we've got 2 more for potential trades, so you should have alerts here. If you lose them, then you will be dropping into the big bands. This is your high time frame bull market support. If you in case you lose this, you don't want to see what Bitcoin does. It's gonna go much lower. So this is you are building very big swing longs from 76 down to 66. It's wide area, but I can guarantee there will be limit orders from people who want to buy cheap Bitcoin in these areas, like big ones. Also, everything I say is no financial advice, just education and entertainment. So yes, big support there. Order blocks, just few words about them. They are just secondary confluence for me. Still two strong order blocks to the upside you can watch, and on the pullbacks I expect these order blocks will also provide additional confluence for finding the higher low for Bitcoin and other amounts. This one is getting front run for now. I think this order block is pretty strong because this was the last time we were, like, a lot of people were still shorting the lows. They were not believing Trump will actually reverse the tariffs and so on, and it's gonna push Bitcoin up. So you've got a lot of people trapped here. So this order block is gonna be very interesting on retest. Extensions, what we've got there. 1 hour time frame. So to the downside, this is still the main pool we have. High, low, pullback. So you've got the 3 anchor points. Market told you it's watching this pool very closely. You've got a perfect reaction here. In the future, you will be watching 87.523 for another potential reaction as secondary confluence. And what else we've got? Yes, pull to the upside, 4 hour time frame. And this one is measuring, yes, the initial low we've put post Trump, so 85k. Anchor here and low put here. It's still untouched, but yeah, it's not ideal pull. Yeah, still unfinished. Balance zones. We've got multiple pulls for balance zones. 2 hour time frame. What are these pulls showing you? Well, you need to really notice one thing. These pulls are showing you the liquidity was taken more of like this 2 months range. The liquidity was taken more of internally. Internal liquidity was taken from within this range, but we still, I think we have like massive liquidity in this region. So here and here. Because these lows here were just wicks. Some liquidations happened there, but it was not like massive, like weak and everybody taken out properly. So from high time frame, the liquidity was not taken from this range, not yet. You need to be aware once you really lose, like once you break to the So once you break to the upside, there will be very likely strong follow through because the liquidity of this range will be also providing fuel. Same way to the downside. Actually, there is huge liquidity build up to the downside. So if you really lose this low and this low, I expect there's going to be massive selling. Order books are still stacked, but we will see if they survive such selling. If you want to see such liquidity, I was posting that into our group. Bitcoin tier chat, just don't want to go on Hyblock now so I can show you, but here it is. So these build-ups are massive. This is showing you high time frame liquidity. This is from 110,000 to 120, and then to the downside from 90k, from 89 down to, oh my god, it's like node is ending just below 80k, so it's like 70k. You've got less liquidity here, but this you've got major threshold here, so it's like double thresholds, but 85k is having major liquidity. You can use combinations of, this is Hyblock is showing you like in general. You can of course zoom there, but we also use the Tradingdifferent, of course, and there you can see the liquidity even better. I need to go to 1 hour time frame because you also see how serious is that liquidity. And you can clearly see these nodes here. Look how fat it is. Yes, it's declining as we go down, but it's starting from 88,000 down to 84. This is like first liquidity node, but Hyblock is also showing me extra liquidity below these lows. Yes, to the upside, we are now building also like major liquidity node because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 highs close together. So this, once you start running this high, is gonna be pretty likely you will run all this liquidity, not potentially for breakout as well. So you need to be aware of that. So yes, liquidity is waiting from this range still in the market. Another pool. This is just a bit different pool. We are already doing some extension from this pool, so it's more for the upside as well. You still got untaken liquidity from this pool. In the future, when you go, if you don't decide for, the market doesn't decide for deeper pullback, is going to be more focusing on this, either on this level and this level as well. So like this box, and we found support here, because this is also last support for Bitcoin after post-Trump. So I'm watching both of these pools to the downside. And the pools to the upside are respected really well. So this pool is also showing me as extension targets. 125 was hit here to the dollar. You can I can turn it on for you. Yes, 125. So market is telling me he's watching this pool. That's good. One more pool, and this is now extension ladder. So you see how to watch extension. So you can see that now we are back into this range. So so when you were pushing post-Trump, this was still not very clear range, but this, like this high and this low, was first good start of the first good range which were done in this region. So I started definitely watching extensions out of this first range. We go sideways. It's also based on 100k, so very important. And you see how market is perfectly watching that. So 1-to-1 extension is still a big resistance for Bitcoin. If you break out, look at that. You've got another technical extension target at 117,452. We break to the downside, pretty cool. So we'll be targeting just based on this symmetry, yes, or this symmetry. We'll be targeting same thing, which is 1-to-1 extension move down to 81,966. You can get, if you get like crazy big, you can get initial bounce from here, all right? Even though it's inefficiency, so you'll be very careful as well. Another extension target is 73k. Okay. But if you just count people buying into the highs, these people will be destroyed when you get here. So you know these people are saying goodbye to their money and opportunities will arise. Fips local, well, pretty much not much to say about it yet. We still yet to hit pullback Fips and resistance Fips. Did we hit? Yeah, just small front run, so you're also getting reaction, but this front run, we up closes, we already were using it as confluence 2 days back, so nothing to say about this. These trap traders, maybe you can just literally turn on my previous video on YouTube. I really told you hundreds of millions of shorts are trapped here, and we are literally, thanks to them, you can really thank these people for this bounce. And because next time you come into these lows, we have not as much, we have like very little trap shorts here. Next time you come into these lows, could be actually very likely you break down, because you will have no help from these people now. These people got chance to escape, hundreds of million shorts on the wrong side. They provided big bounce. It was key confluence. Same thing like here. These people are trapped at highs. They literally have tents there, and they are just enjoying party there, when they were acting also as strong resistance for, but it's not as big size as here. This is very different. This was huge increase. So this played out as well. That's why you mark trap traders. You trap them on for medium time frames, and you trap them for intraday setups as well. Naked dailies, nothing what we need to know. Naked epochs, we don't have as many, so you can actually see them, you can mark them. Your main resistance from naked epochs is coming still here, is like big cluster, so you really need to get reaction here. Of if you don't, then you will be cascading highs and pushing for liquidity. So to the downside, we still have this one, epoch, and this is also better for reward ratio, so we watch both. Composite box, only one is there, and then we've got still this one from here, which can maybe give us another swing value pattern. Yes, below this low, we will see, but we know liquidity is here. For me, the chances of breakdown will be very much increasing, but I will trade what is in front of me. Do we get swing failure pattern? I will trade it. If we don't, I know what to be. Enjoying shorts and be defensive. Key local levels. We don't need to go over. For our time frame, maybe I can remind you, we hit massive extension. So Bitcoin is cooling down. This is not coincidence, yes. Bitcoin is also cooling down because it is hitting like major, like all the bull markets we were waiting for these targets to beat. So Bitcoin is technically cooling down. Many people hit profits, yes. Look at that. This was $30. Like current high is almost $30 from previous bull market target, yes. 1-to-1 extension hit from this. Ooh, just crazy. Crazy precise. People ask and traders how to have targets to the upside and how to be so precise. This is how extensions are your friends. So a lot of targets hit. Another bunch of supports, like you've got anchor VWAPs coming here. This is another, if you like undercut the night bond range and you very likely actually try to drop into the bear market, very likely another like big party of buyers will be in these anchor VWAPs. But for now, yeah. This is how liquidity looks like locally. You see you are still far away from big thresholds. High time frame liquidity here I was showing you, then you have more local ones. This is still like this high volume node of liquidity this is the best area for swing failure pattern. Okay, you really want to stop there. If you don't, then you will be cascading here. So watch that. It was 87 400s in the future. If you get potential reaction, and if you don't, then break down liquidity from 2 months. Wow. Not much CME gaps currently, they're far away from us. Extensions, we don't need to watch. Market structure long term, they will be waiting for retest. Macro extension. These are trend fib extensions from macro. So you are measuring bear market low, 674k high, and then pullback to 41,000. This is another massive reason you found resistance here. The first high into higher 110s, higher 100s was done at this extension. So you see Bitcoin is cooling down. Also trend fib extensions hit big targets. Everything is making sense. This is Corona low extension. Oh yeah, this is also a huge bull. 1.5. And we are resisting at 1.5 probably. Why I don't have it turned on. 1.5. Front run. 1.4. Yeah, but I don't use that as much. Previous, yes, so many anchor VWAPs building support. Macro channel. This is going to be also interesting. If you actually retest this bullishly or no, because if you don't bullish retest, then you will be accepting into this long-term channel. What is cool about this long-term channel, at least you might never see on Bitcoin 20k or 16k, but it's now support is rising into 26 and it's slowly rising. Midline also absolutely huge support. I don't use channels on small time frames, literally not needed also on medium time frames, but I pay attention to them on macro pools, high time frames. Pretty precise. So midline is going to be future support as well. This is also, again, I'm using only this on big time frames. Pitchfork top is also, market is extending a bit away from it, but this resistance, I think the another one is also, yes, this one. This is again Corona low, previous market high low, and we are on the boundaries. Market was showing you it's paying attention to this as it was holding these lines in the uptrend. So again, this is resisting. Need to breach that and reclaim for higher. How is our symmetry looking? We can zoom in because Bitcoin's moves are very, very symmetrical. Okay, so look at that. $19. Yeah, you see very similar. So pretty interesting, right? When like you watch symmetry of the local, I mean on the high time frame range you are in, so you can expect the moves. Yeah, you can see clearly if Bitcoin does full range rotation, it loves to do like 19 to 20% move plus. Same thing here. This was full range rotation 23%, and on the pullbacks it loves to do 9, 13.5, 15.5, 13, 17. So the pullbacks are definitely like at least 10% based on our statistics. This was the largest pullback in the like in a downtrend, 17%. So this is interesting. You see the pullbacks are getting larger compared to previous activity. This can be also a warning sign for you, right? Like you might be getting into the higher time frame and potentially maybe losing this range as well. So this was largest sell-off so far, right from all-time high. So we will see. But the bounce here was pretty like same like here. Very interesting. Gun is also working really well on our pushes to the upside, this gun line. Okay. All right, so we went up for we went over some technical analysis. Let's have a look on my trade areas so you understand what I'm planning to do locally and on medium time frames, and then we can have a look on order flow metrics, and that's going to be it for this video. So to the upside, the trade areas for me are still waiting. As you know, I miss trade areas here. Why would I put them here? I don't need to do that because this box here I trade intraday, so we post that into the group as order flow is developing. But these trade areas above us are waiting for opportunity for good reward ratio areas. This one is really decent. I was doing a specific video in the group going over that trade area, so our traders already know, so I will not go into in-depth. But what I want to say is mainly this trade area has really decent confluence. One thing you need to be really careful here is if you start breaching above this trade area, you will be cascading. We were talking about these multiple highs are close together, so you can easily cascade into this major liquidity node. And once you take it, then you can get really good reaction from this trade area. This is going to be your last trade area before you reach all-time highs and liquidity of it. So very interesting. But we might get really good reaction from this cluster of MPOX for another day trade, potentially swing. So you already, because you are at 105, so really good reward ratio. To the downside, we were actually front running some supports. These lows here still needs to be resolved. Look at that. So market left equal highs and equal lows. Now it's gonna very likely resolve, and it's going now to the downside. So you can actually take out these lows, maybe do swing failure pattern from proper support, or we just break down to the lower. We will see. But I have first trade area here because this is area where you really want to hold market and create higher low on the pullback. And you've got some multiple supports here. It's so it's gonna be interesting. On a pullback, I'll be watching for reactions or order flow. I don't have limit orders here. I will be taking decisions based on current order flow. And if we ever, I mean, of course we can anytime, but if we revisit this weekend low and we get swing failure pattern, I have trade area here for that. So, because it's again a 2-month val, so you know you've got a lot of opportunities here from these 2 range lows. If we revisit here and we get swing failure pattern, then this trade area will be activated for another big long for few $1,000 bounce. Lose this, and you know what we very likely start to do. it's going to be major liquidity sweeps, yes. And I got trade area here because I don't know if we stop after this liquidity sweep. So this is the first trade area, or we've got a very strong impulse, which is, I would say, more likely, and we will be stopping here at this here. And from here, this is like, if you ever see this area, doesn't matter if it's days or weeks from now, just remember this box. Remember this box, you actually might get a huge opportunity to buy Bitcoin really cheaply and get 10,000 move to the upside, $10,000 move to the upside, or even more. You always need to think about it on this like empty chart. I can show you that better, because this is same principles which apply to how many time frame is literally same. The last time Bitcoin was building support was this box post-Trump. So if bulls really want to protect this range and save it, they will be lurking here and defending. And they also know it's end of the liquidity regions, like the major liquidity. Then you have more spreaded liquidity below. But if they want to, like, this is like also waiting to be completed structure, yeah? So you see, look at that structure. So you do this, yes. You are building a lot of liquidity below. And what you are missing now is this. So if you start going down, 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 you are missing to create that lower low, which will take all these previous lows, and you can do this. So for me, extremely important area. And I also know if this area is lost, I will be thinking about longs not sooner than when we'll be retesting the 76,000 to 73,000 regions. The problem with Bitcoin, it was fantastic pump from the Trump, but it left very little support behind. So sadly, we need to feel it. We need to feel it. We've got some extension targets, so you can be really patient. You don't need to chase long. And if you really get long, for example, in the middle of the inefficiency and you push here, you might get local range here first. Like, don't buy the falling knife, of course. This is like basic principle. You might get the local range here, and you might get initial low swing failure pattern, and then you will have your long potentially for this. But don't try to catch falling knife here. It's going to be very dangerous, very, very dangerous. All the hot money, all the dumb money will be dumping Bitcoin, because they will be getting wrecked because Trump didn't deliver for them what they wanted. So this is going to be fun times ahead. And of course, we can't forget about this market structure. If Bitcoin truly wants to stay in bull market, is gonna be doing bullish retest of the, I can view this as an area of this key market structure. Like, you can view this as a massive area and then push, because you really want to push here, because you will be also destroying all people buying the impulse. Yeah, if you don't hold this, you will trap the impulse people, and you can go for the much lower extension. So again, a move from 60-70 to 60k will be open. All these people will be wrecked and trapped, so they need to protect. And market and capital, like, you've got a lot of shorts trapped here as well, so market needs to show you many people are trapped here, and new buyers are literally looking on proper supports, which is starting from 74 down to 68. It's going to be big area, so we need to be aware of that. And of course, I'm ready there. If we lose 85k and go much lower, I will only turn on my, this can be turned off, and I will be turning on 84k. Just need to extend. These are, by the way, still some trade areas in inefficiency, and swing area is waiting. Yes, so some trade limited supports here is already marked with trade area, because nothing that you doesn't have to fall like in impulse. Yeah, you can do this, then do this. Yes, you can get reactions and then do this. So of course I'm ready there, but the main area for me in case of such heavy fall is gonna be here, and the areas I was showing. So we are actually ready for everything on Bitcoin. Let's have a look briefly on Orderflow, which is more for intraday and so on, and then we will be selling the video. So situation on perpetual still pretty same. We are topping out here with some pressure walls as well. Now market is still, I still see some defense of the lows, but it's not as strong as before, because all these market parties, many of them went with market longs. there is still defense of these lows. So in case we go here and below these two lows and you want to put these people in tension, we still might get another swing failure pattern. Some nice walls will be helping, and on spot is even more visible. This is also why you are ranging here. You see how you are falling to the downside on spot market. This is also because the sometimes you really like continue to the upside and rotate, and market like decides to rotate the range to the upside first. But you see new selling spot walls are getting added as we are pushing down. All these market participants are creating extra pressure. Another wall. All the new walls are getting added here. So market, like free movement for Bitcoin, is getting smaller and smaller. Even this push here was done like on empty order books, like only few walls were stopping price. And also market sees, like when we zoom out, yes, look at that, we zoom out, this is still huge resistance. Very likely miners here. Miners still hold 2 million Bitcoin, so they are actually also one of the big forces. They will be forcing bull market tops as well. This is still big money. And they are slowly distributing. And you see up to 100k, we have massive, like from above 1.6 is not going to be very easy, right? So many walls. And to the downside, its market still wants to buy the dip. Of course, you will need hundreds of millions to bridge down to send Bitcoin to 85k. So look at that. And the lows are still getting protected. Yeah, this wall is, by the way, huge, 90k still. This is really great feature of Tradinglite, so I immediately know how these walls, if they are equal to each other or not. The lows are still protected on spot markets. Also in the future, if we get the retest, then it's going to be amazing opportunity, in my opinion, with these people. They will be on our side. Okotoki, I still need to set it up because I have a new computer. I said everything up, but just postponing this Okotoki. Exocharts, let's have a look here. Also, small reminder about always traders pay attention to previous week levels from volume profiles and also to previous month, because you can see that clearly here. You were on the push to the upside when we were in long. You were hitting resistance from previous week naked point of controls, both TPO and volume, and also high volume node. That's what you rejected here. On the monthly is different situation. You can see we still have naked resistance here. So this is going to be your main resistance to the upside for this week or for next week, or anytime we retest this high volume node as well. You also still got targets. This naked weekly VAG and this target as well. So it's just small bonus info. Let's go further. So market's still going for these lows to sort them out. Daily open is here, by the way, so if you lose this, not good. You might actually even do more further breakdown. We still have this naked poke here. I think it's a bit weaker because we are front running it. Like the front run was not, it was few $100, but yes, it's a bit weaker because you're already getting reaction. But you know, if you lose this low without swing failure pattern, it's another look. Yeah, another area you look for trade. If you go to session profiles, you will see also a bit better. Can merge this together, and you've got also 93, 92 too, and also the volume here. Another interesting area. All these people, by the way, who were longing into the highs, the Bram was already pointing out, we will get another range rotation today, just on their pain. And look at what happened. They are getting destroyed. Off, like pretty big positions. That's the thing. So sometimes you don't need to get a lot of trap traders right into the highs, but you know once you are starting rolling down, you know they are a bit lower and they will still get wrecked and the fuel move to the downside. So now they got wrecked fully, like these people longing the highs. So very interesting, right? Let's have a look on TRDR, because you know TRDR is one of my main decision tools. It makes trading a lot easier, we can say, order books. So look at how simple was that, yeah? So we know Blue Band's win rate is 100% in 2025 and super high win rates for the past few years. blue bands right into the massive pressure bands. So even the bands were warning you to take profit, to look for shorts. Again, you've got the bands of these bands also are showing up here. Market is finding very local bottoms. Again, here local bottoms, small pressure bands. These are more like very like intraday setups. But we also wait. So market, you've got very little advantage with this. Order books are showing you some advantage here, but it's more for the local range. Like if you want to see new opportunities, you really need to wait for proper bands like this, or for proper short bands like this. Sometimes they are a bit less because they are more closer to the price, these sell walls. So your opportunities are still waiting. You're patiently waiting for proper reward ratio to be hit. Aggregated delta. The move played out. You can see that from here. We've got 2.7 billion negative delta, so massive shorts were done into the highs. And you see the move to the upside was done with 1.68 billion. So already a good chunk of the shorts rebought positions. It's a bit sad market was not continuing to the upside, but it was facing so much resistance. I was showing you like whole video here. So but if you would be continuing to the upside, you had more fuel to be getting to 106, and then you will be very likely reaching thresholds of positive 2 billion or even more. But yeah, you already took a lot of power out of this move here, and now you are doing just these local rotations, liquidation. So market is only yet to reach more pain points. By the way, this drop here was largest liquidation event ever. Like exchanges are not reporting all liquidations. I think they said they report like 25% only. So this was larger than FTX. This was larger than the Luna crash. It was showing you how much leverage was in the system. Also thanks to Trump, so many people longed early. They are now trapped. So we are yet to see more liquidations, which will be signifying EPA reversals. So far, it's just very little, so not much advantage there. Aggregate that open interest. That's the thing. So when you see such open interest declines, we are literally at the similar open interest as we were in wow. And when Bitcoin was at 70,000, we can say yes. So you are taking away volume, volatility, and the market is more again going to be more range bound. It will be more focused and trading based on spot market inflows and outflows, which are such open interest build up. So you can see the open interest was declining as we were falling. So because you've got a lot of big shorts here and they were closing. So that's another thing when you were long in here. I'm not sure if I was mentioning that in previous video, but big shorts positioned in this down move, and when you were in long here, you were also assuming they will be closing positions and fueling move to the upside. That really helped. So understanding open interest is also pretty key. So yeah, the market is getting very healthy from leverage point of view, but it's going to be less volatile in my opinion because of this. CVD. You can see, by the way, this massive sell-offs from Binance. Binance, by the way, is still, I think the Binance is the main culprit. We are still continuing to the downside, very heavy selling. There is still downtrending selling since we hit 1010. 30-minute time frame. They keep selling, crazy. Such a huge distribution. It's bull market, so you are seeing these long-term distributions, but the local CVD setups are still working fine. And you have got other exchanges which are not weak. Okay, so yes, you've got also other exchanges are like long-term selling. Coinbase is actually buying, so institutional dip on Coinbase is buying and others are selling. How much they bought actually on Coinbase? So from this is 1 hour time frame. Okay, just want to see why it's ending here. It's very strange. Since 22, 1k of bitcoins. That's not much, but I don't know why this is stopped here. Need to check with TRDR. more of an intraday setup template to trade local ranges. These bottoms were getting really nice. They are showing you, look at that pressure, yeah, so it was massive pressure. You just know who is pressuring, and spot market is always more important than perpetuals. So here at these highs you've got pressure from spot markets on all thresholds. Perpetuals, not as much. What's up? Why it's loading so much? It's showing us clearly demand area is still here and resistance is here in these regions, so low is protected. We will be interested in trading that, definitely. Funding grade should be really healthy. Yes, it is. Still healthy, very nice. All right, so I think we went over some nice analysis on Bitcoin. We are ready for upside to the downside, for high time frames, medium time frames, everything. One small tip for people who are not in our group: market is sometimes moving on news events. If you want to trade news events, that's really great, but you'd need good service for that. And I'm using, and our traders are using, Financial Juice. It's pretty cheap, and you need to use some discount code to get 90% off, and then it's gonna help you. And I love it. I love it because it's also with voice news. So if something very important is happening and is crashing or pushing market up, like on Trump, for example, we found out about Trump here very quickly. He's signing this deal. So because you can see one thing about my trade here, when Trump announced 50-minute time frame, this ad here, like this crash here, this crash here was done with the Trump announcing tariffs, and I was capturing that with the Financial Juice news and also with the Twitter. But it's good combination of tools. So really, this is in my arsenal. Is really good. Okay, traders, thank you for watching. If it was useful, you can go video like and subscribe, and you can join our trading group if you want to learn about trading with proper institutional approach. Thanks for watching, and bye.